So Resident Evil 5 has officially been rated for Xbox. But there's the interesting part, it wasn't alone. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 were also rated again, and even Resident Evil 7 got re-rated. All of this happened last year. Now fast forward to today, Sony is holding a state of play. March is around the corner, and the voice actress of Sheva Alomar has been teasing that we should expect something in March. So what is actually going on? Let's break this down. What we know. Here are the facts. Resident Evil 5 has been rated again for Xbox. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 also have been re-rated. Resident Evil 7 received a new rating as well. Sheva's voice actress hinted at something coming in March. We're approaching the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil, which is this year. That combination is not random. When multiple older titles get rated again within the same time frame, historically that usually means one thing: a bundle, a collection, or anniversary re-releases, not full remakes. If this were a remake, it would be marketed heavily. It wouldn't quietly slip through rating boards alongside Revelations 1 and 2. The anniversary angle. This year marks 30 years of Resident Evil. Capcom loves anniversaries. We've seen anniversary collections before, we've seen current gen upgrades, and we know Resident Evil 5 and 6 still don't have proper PS5 current gen upgrades. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 got full remakes. Resident Evil 7 and Village got next gen patches, but 5 and 6 still sitting there in last gen form. Revelations 1 and 2 also untouched for current gen hardware. So if you put the puzzle pieces together, this feels like a 30th anniversary collection, current gen remasters, possibly bundled together, maybe with performance upgrades, higher resolution, and quality of life improvements. Not a full Resident Evil 5 remake. The Sheva hint. Now let's talk about the Sheva situation. Her voice actress saying expect something in March is interesting. March is close, state of play is today, that timing is suspiciously convenient. Now would Capcom announce this at a Sony event? Absolutely possible. Resident Evil and PlayStation have always had a strong marketing relationship. But here's the thing. If this were a full remake of Resident Evil 5, they wouldn't just casually tease it through a voice actress. That would be a massive reveal. Instead, this feels like something smaller but still meaningful. A remaster, a collection, maybe even a definitive edition, maybe a director's cut edition. So what about State of Play? Let's zoom out for a second. Today's State of Play could also bring a deeper look at Marvel's Wolverine, which is fun, possibly something in the Last of Us universe, or even a surprise horror announcement. It's not impossible that Capcom shows something Resident Evil related, but here's the key detail. Resident Evil Requiem is releasing on the 27th. Capcom already has a big Resident Evil title in the pipeline, which makes it even less likely that we get a full RE5 remake reveal right now. Two big Resident Evil projects competing for attention? That doesn't sound like Capcom's usual strategy. Here's my clear prediction. Resident Evil 5 is getting a remaster, not a remake. It will likely be 4K support, 60 frames per second, probably 120, improved textures, faster loading, possibly minor gameplay tuning, and it may launch as part of a 30th anniversary bundle that includes RE5, RE6, Revelations 1, Revelations 2, maybe even RE7 bundled in some way. That would make perfect business sense. Minimal development cost, maximum nostalgia, and it fills the gap before the next major remake. Why RE5 makes sense. Now, let's talk legacy. Resident Evil 5 is controversial, but it sold extremely well. It leaned more into action, co-op, and spectacle. Some fans loved it, some fans felt it drifted too far from horror. But here's the truth. With some improvements, it could age very well. Better lighting, better performance, maybe slight AI improvements, maybe expanded co-op functionality, maybe they can do something about that brownish gray look that it has. It could absolutely live up to its legacy with a modern touch. And honestly, it deserves to be preserved properly on current gen hardware. What we're missing on current gen. Right now, on PS5 and Xbox Series consoles, we are missing native upgrades for RE5, RE6, modern enhancements for Revelations 1 and 2. That's a big chunk of Resident Evil history just sitting there. An anniversary collection would fix that instantly, and it would make the franchise feel complete on modern systems. So here's where I stand. I do not believe we're getting a full Resident Evil 5 remake right now. I do believe we're getting a remaster, possibly bundled with other titles for the 30th anniversary. State of Play might give us a teaser, or we might have to wait until March officially hits. Either way, it's a fun time to be a horror gaming fan. Between Resident Evil rumors, potential Wolverine updates, possible Last of Us news, there's a lot to look forward to. Now, I want to know, what do you think? Are we going to see a remake announcement? A remaster? Or is this a full anniversary collection? Let me know your predictions below, and will they arrive now for the State of Play, or will they arrive later? We'll surely be back here talking about Resident Evil stuff. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing and considering hitting that like button. I would also like to thank F78K, Dizo, Karina, and Johannes for being my patrons. You are the best. Thank you so much for your support. My current songs, Scapegoat and In the Pines, are out now if you want to check those out. Have a lot of fun at the State of Play tonight, guys, and I shall see you soon. Thank you all. Goodbye.